Hello, everyone. This is Dave and Holly. Um, Unfortunately, targeting individuals, and we're with another target individual. Her name's Debb K. Um, I've known Deb for almost a year now. She sent us shielding and stuff. Very good person, um, and another innocent victim who does not deserve this. So, Deb, I was just wondering if you wanted to start. I know you got stuff to talk about, but I was wondering what year did your targeting start, and how did you realize you were a targeted individual?
My targeting started in 2010 when I turned the car wash, and that's near my house. I turned them in because they were dealing drugs and they were making our neighborhood really bad. All hours of the night, they were walking around doing drug deals, and they would make real loud noise with their bass, and they would do a lot of street theater at night. And I had to get up for work, and I couldn't sleep, so I just about had it. You know, I I saw some kids, like 10-year-old kids on bikes dealing the drugs. And that's what did it. I said, oh no, no kids here dealing drugs, no way. So I turned them in and I got blacklisted. I started getting targeting. They call it blacklisted. But
Yeah.
anyway, so uh, I noticed, one day I noticed a whole bunch of cars pulling up around my house. And they were looking at my house, and it was just real strange. And um, I know that's the day that it started. I think I have some videos on that. I got to dig around and see. I think I had a different phone back then. I don't know if I can get the videos off of that phone
Yeah,
because I got the SIM card. Huh?
and I'll stop right there real quick. If Deb wants to name her TikTok video, she's got a lot of good evidence that she gets on her cameras about stuff going on in her yard and stuff. She's got drones on tape. She's got perps in her yard messing around. If y'all want her TikTok, do you know your TikTok right offhand, Deb?
Oh, I don't. I think it's targeted,
I don't know it
illegally
either.
targeted. I think that's what it's
Okay,
called.
she's on TikTok. Uh, so what happened? So how did you figure out what a targeted individual was after all this stuff started happening and you started getting gang? How did you figure out what the term target individual or what targeting was?
Well, I started going on YouTube to see what this was because I never had it happen. I noticed people following me, and I noticed just some odd things, like in the store, how they would hide around the counter, the aisles, and peek at me. I caught people doing that, and I thought, what the hell here? So I looked on YouTube, and I saw some videos from different people, and then I saw Ella Free, and she had that video, or she had a show, where targets would call in
Yeah.
and they would talk about the same thing I was going through. And I thought, no, that's not going on with me. And I hung up. I did that quite a few times because I didn't want to believe it. And as time went on, I, um, I would call, I would, more incidences, and then I would call and I heard people say the same thing. So then I started to believe it. So I
Uh,
started listening to all of her things. And yeah, then I knew I was a targeted individual.
If we had the opportunity to turn those people in again for drug dealing, would you have done the same thing?
You want me to ask that?
Yeah.
All right. Holly wants to know if you had the opportunity to turn those kids in for drug dealing, would you do the same thing still?
Hell yeah. In a second.
Good.
And hey,
Hell yeah.
Deb, what point did you start experiencing microwave attacks? Because I know you get hit heavily with microwave attacks, and that's what's she's got silver tape over her thyroid, protecting her thyroid. Thyroid absorbs radiation from these weapons. A lot of targets will have problems with their thyroid. I have problems with my thyroid. I'm supposed to be on Synthroid. I don't go to the doctor though. I need to probably. Holly's had her thyroid taken out. The doctor couldn't figure out how her thyroid got so much radiation. So I was just wondering, when did they start the microwave attacks? Was it soon after or later? And could you
Well,
explain some of the stuff you suffer due to microwave attacks?
I just want to talk about this for a minute. My throat pulsates when they hit this. I usually put this over my nose and they can't get at it. I mean, last night was so bad. I put 3 pieces of tape over that. And
And that's silver tape, right?
mm-hmm. And it's this.
Wow.
You can buy it at Menards or Home Depot or anything you want. And so anyway, it seems to stop it because it was going. And I showed it to Billy. He saw it. And if you put your hand there, you can feel it.
Right.
But okay, so anyway, the microwave and the direct energy weapons started. I think it was like a year or 2 after that. It was somewhere in there. I was feeling things, and then I noticed my cats. They were getting dehydrated, and all 3 of them would line up in the tub, and I'd have to turn the water on. I gave them water, but they wanted to drink the water out of the tub. So and I left that running. And 3 of the cats lined up. They were all there. Then they ended up killing my cats with the weapons. And I know the guy that did it over at the car wash. And he knows I knew it because I went over there and I said, shut the fucking thing up. Excuse my French, but that's what I said. And he just looked at me like, what is she talking about? Oh, yeah, right. So anyway, I knew they had something in the vehicle. I just didn't know. I didn't know how to shield. I didn't know
Was you
any of
heating
that.
up? Was you heating up, vibrating? What
My
kind of
brain
sensations
felt
did
like
you get?
Yeah, my brain felt like it was on fire. It really did. I was in so much pain. And then then I saw David Case had that CD and he sent it to me. And I'm telling you, I'm not lying. It worked. It took the bleeding away in my brain or whatever that was. I'm
While
not
you were
kidding.
listening to it?
Yep. I listened to it day after day and night after night. I kept it on. Even I had it at a low volume with other things going on, working and things like that, but I kept it on.
Well, me and Holly gonna have to try that then.
It worked.
I called him one time. I wanted to talk to him about what exactly it did, and he called me back, but I missed his call.
Well,
So
he saved my life. He did. He saved my life.
now you still get hit with attacks though, don't you?
Yeah, but I shield. I wear the scarf over my head. Where
And
is it?
she gets Mylar. She's also got her friend Billy, who's also a target individual. He got tungsten powder, mixed it with paint, which tungsten powder's got tungsten in it, which is a metal, and it painted her walls and stuff. And she says that's really been helping her. Um, so during your microwave attacks, did you ever get real nauseated?
Oh
Um,
yeah, I did. I
And so your head heated up because that's what they did to me my first attack, and a lot of them attacks they do to me. They heat my head up, my vision gets blurry. I start sweating profusely.
Yep.
Um, so let me see. And I was just going to see
Here's the thing for the powder. You get this on Amazon, and
high
it's
density tungsten powder, and you
yeah,
mix it with paint with a paint mixer, and it's tungsten is a metal, so it's
a paint mixer on your drill. Yeah.
yeah.
And this is what I wear over my head. This is it's that stuff right there. It's silver copper fabric. It's kind of expensive. I know those were expensive. They were in the hundreds. But this one, some of these are pretty cheap. You can buy them for 20 and 30. They're just they're sheets, small sheets, and then I just put it over my head and it worked. And
Right.
Karen Stewart used to teach me how to shield. I used to listen to her a lot.
Right.
And but
Uh,
the street theater, all the street theater and all the cars pulling up behind me with their um weapons. So now, well, I'll tell you some more, but what other questions do you have? Because I know you want to ask me in a timely manner. I don't want to go ahead of you.
oh, no, no. You can go ahead and talk about this. I was going to ask, do you get gang stalked? If so, could you give some certain instances, especially with the street theater, kind of let people know what street theater is and stuff. Um, and just because I know, and I wouldn't be verifying for her if I hadn't. I've seen the videos she posts on Facebook and stuff. Definitely a lot of street theater going. I seen a man walking around in front of her house at night, like at 2 in the morning, in a coat, walking back and forth in her yard. I seen the dude coming up in the alley, right. I've seen firsthand your street theater. I was just wondering if you could. Let's see what other questions I got. Do you get gang stalked? If you could give some certain instances of gang stalked, and and then I got a few more questions, and then
Um,
I'll let you.
I'll tell you with I just noticed what I did. This is what they do. They go, I did that not because I'm a perp, but I was just, going through my
Yeah,
hair. But they do these hand signals, okay? They go, and they go, what else do they do? They touch her ear, they smooth back their hair. I got to get these hand signals down because I see them all the time. I just can't think of them right now. Then they walk by, that's when they do the hand signals. And they also, I've seen I have cameras on my house, so I see a lot of this shit. I can feel it. I feel it, and then I write the time down, and then I go back at the camera and I look to see what the hell that was. And that's when I saw that guy, the neighbor guy over there, wearing a cloaking suit, walking in front of my house, and I could see his shoes. And I saw him walk right into his house, but he shot a dew weapon at me as he was walking by, and that's what hit me. And I wrote the time down, and then I went and looked at it, and I said, "What the hell is this?" I had to keep looking over and over and over at it, like, what the hell? I didn't even know there was such thing as cloaking suits till
right.
someone said something. But I posted that on my Facebook page in the Reels and in the TikTok,
Yeah.
illegally targeted.
Could you kind of describe what your life, just quickly, like what your life was like before targeting and what it's like now? Like isolation from friends. Did you get isolated from friends? And did you lose family? Did you you know, and did you have a good life before and what's it like now? Just trying to give the audience a view of what it's like once you get targeted. What a life like before and then what's life like now.
Well, I was very busy. I have my own business and I was real busy, and I used to go out and have lunch with friends. I did things with friends. Plus I had my back then boyfriend here, and things were good, and it just started falling all apart. I
Yeah.
was telling them what was going on, and they didn't believe me. Some of my friends, I can't find them anywhere. I look and
Yeah.
look. It's like they disappeared. And also what
So you're basically isolated besides.
I no, not really. I still have to go out. I still do my thing, and
Oh, I know
I
that.
walk
I'm talking
around
about
with it.
isolated as far as the friends you used to have and all that. A lot of them are gone.
Yeah, but I still have some true friends. I really do.
That's good.
We talk about this and they believe me. But I when I go out and do things, I walk around like I own the world. So when you go out, you don't act afraid. and you just look at them like they're stupid, and you video them, and they don't like to be videoed. So they know that I'm on to them. And when they're waiting for me, when I leave the house, they're waiting for me all over in certain areas. And I pick them out. I know who they are. I go, hi, bye.
Yeah, my stalking was that bad too. They'd be waiting in certain areas. They knew I was going to walk through, stuff like that. Could you show the box with the burns on it? She made a box with shielding with copper tape, and if you look around the edges, you can see the black,
You can make
the
these
burns. You see
boxes to
that? That is
block.
burns on the copper.
You make these boxes to block the scalar waves on the floor because they have to get their little jig in with their weapons, you know. So you have to constantly look for things to help you. So I made up these boxes, and look at the burns they did on the floor. This was done on the floor.
So you had a
And
pretty normal life before targeting, and now you have to keep shielding, buy shielding, keep on alert
yep,
at all times. And then you're heavily gang stalked, right? When you leave, I know I've seen some pictures of
I just
you.
want to show this one. This is a new one. Billy made this up.
Oh,
And
okay.
I don't think it's been burned yet, but yeah, he made it up when he was here because when he was here, his feet were getting burned and his butt, he said. So he put his feet on top of the box and it helped.
That's great.
But what did you just say? I'm sorry.
Cars with one headlight on, one headlight off, and or hazards.
Holly wants to know, do you get cars with one headlight on one
Yep.
headlight off and hazards?
You see the videos of the cars across the highway, right?
Yeah.
Okay, one big headlight and it's like as big as the moon. You know, it turns real big and it goes like that. And it comes through my walls and my window, not in my walls in the room where Billy painted, but in the kitchen. Well, it comes through the window in the bathroom, and then it comes through walls in the kitchen because those aren't painted yet. And I have problems with drones also, and I catch those too.
Yeah, I've seen that drone the other day that she had.
Oh, a huge one.
We have drones here. We got one that looked kind of like the one that was in your thing the other day that covered the whole car. One time they landed it on, well, it was flying over the car. I just paused it and took a picture. You've seen the drones on Facebook. I posted a couple of pictures. I don't know if you've seen them or not,
Yeah,
but
yep. I
yeah,
did.
so drones are very common in attacks. So don't be surprised if you see a drone. Another thing,
That's
have you
okay. I
ever?
take a baseball bat and smash it. That's what I'll do if I see it out there.
Yeah, a lot of people use them lasers to bring them down and stuff, but it's actually illegal. I wouldn't recommend doing it because you can get in trouble. But sometimes Deb said if you stay in your house and do it, it still works sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Are you able to hold a job, Deb, still?
Oh yeah, I got jobs never ending. The people know about what's going on, and they know now, all the people I'm working for, because it happens at their houses. And then I sit down, I'll say, I'm sorry, I'm being tortured really bad. I have to sit down.
Right.
And I know exactly where it's coming from. It's coming from one of their neighbors. And the last time I was at this house, I told him, I said, it's your neighbor over there. He said, Deb, but they're really nice people. They wouldn't do anything like that. I said, yes, they would. Yes, they
Um,
would.
so what about honeypots? Like let me like I experienced, like I call a honeypot like my wife was a honeypot. She stayed with me, got information, would torture me, do stuff to put me in utter fear, gathering information, or sometimes honeypots can be like when I got called to um, Colorado and lied to. And I'm in Colorado. This girl told me to come to Colorado. She had a place for me and stuff. Then I get there. She picks me up and says, well, I live in a halfway house with the other girls. The place I was going to get you is full now. So I'm going to drop you off in the woods and you're pretty much on your own. Have you ever got done that way by somebody? Like not the way I'm done, but like a honeypot, somebody that tried to get with you or befriend you just to perp you? or get information from you?
I catch on real quick.
Okay.
No, they don't do it. And the guy that I was with, I've known his whole family my whole life. I've known him. Um, and I never thought I'd end up with him. You know, my sisters didn't like him, you know, because he was like a golden boy in his family. He got everything he wanted. And, you know, I would have never thought I'd end up with a guy like that, but he turned out to be a real piece of work. He started drinking scotch real heavily, and I think he was approached by the perps because he came home one day and he said, "You should hear what they're saying about you." I said, "Well, I hope it was pretty damn good," you know, because it's all a bunch of bullshit. And you know, and he's just started acting real pricky towards me, and you know, he kind of scared me. I had to call the police a couple of times, and they were really good. They came over here and they did their job. They got
Yeah,
him out of here.
well, that's good. I'm glad that he got out of your life.
Yeah.
Um, do you think there's any end to this targeting program? Do you think it'll end one day? Like me, I've kind of given up hope. I've been targeted a lot. I was homeless 9 years. Nobody would help me. I was so blacklisted. So, you know,
Uh,
my hope, and then I'm seeing, and then I'm getting tortured. Holly's getting tortured a lot worse than me, and I'm sitting there watching it. So it's like, wow, this is never going to end, you know. So I've gave up hope on it ending, and I'm just my position now on this is okay. I'm just going to find ways to cope, get through each day, try to stay positive, stay strong in the Lord. Now, what's your take on it?
okay, well, it is going to come to an end because the resident in the White House, you know, it's not really him, it's people playing him. And they're doing all this stuff, you know, and there's the actor is you know, doing the work of a president. But when he leaves, I hope I know a lot of people don't like Trump, but he is not in the cabal, and he's the one that can stop this. They've been trying to stop him all along because he's ruining what they've had going for years. Nothing ever changes for any of us, but his son Barron is targeted, and it's going to end. There's so many famous people that I know that are targeted like us, and I talked to some of them personally. You know, I'm like a lot of people say I'm known all over the world. I guess I am because I'm being contacted by people that you would never think would contact you. So, um, yeah, it's coming to an end. They have to reset everything, and after the reset, it's gonna happen all over the world. There's new money coming in. I got the videos of the money, and the um, we got new quantum computers and new quantum phones we're getting, and
I hope you're
uh,
right.
I am right. I know I'm right, and I don't care if nobody believes me. But when
Right.
it happens, then you'll be thinking of me because
Yeah.
it is going to happen.
Because at this
This is
point, I don't care about compensation as far as money. I just want this to stop. You know, it wouldn't
well,
matter
we
if I
are
had.
going to get compensated. It's going to be in the millions. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
I'm getting a motorhome. I'm going to be trucking.
Yeah.
But
Do
I
you
wanted to
experience
tell
V2K? Have you
no.
experienced V2K? You never have? Okay. Some targets don't. We do. Um, but yeah, we just want to, I want to stop and thank you because Deb is a good woman. She sent us shielding, copper cones, copper tape. She sent flashlights. Excuse me. You know why I cleared my throat? My voice is getting raspy. Um, so anyway, Deb, if you wanted to go ahead and just say what you had to say, because I know you wanted to talk for a minute. I think that's pretty much all the questions I got for you, unless Holly has any.
Okay, cool.
She's thinking.
Well, I just want to say that I just want to say that, um, my youngest sister I think she was a perp because she turned my daughter against me. My daughter was my world. We did a lot of things together, and she turned my daughter against me. For Christmas, I used to buy her. I'd spend about $500 on her, a lot of stuff. And she came over one time. She says, "I can't stay, but I'll take the presents." I said, "You mean you're not even going to open them?" Because I
Mm,
had movies, I had all kinds of food, that's her favorite things. And she says, "No, I have to go." And I found out she went to my sister's and they opened up the presents, and she took them all back to the store and got the money back.
sad.
That hurt. That really hurt.
I'll
And then
bet.
she did other things to me. And she's an army girl now, and she has a cleaning business on the side, just like I do. And so she's in the reserves, because she goes to different places to help with things, with the reserves, the army.
Yeah.
So
Do you
I don't get.
know or have any clue what your sister told her about you or anything?
No, my sister died. She had lung cancer because she smoked so much. She smoked like a chimney. But she was always jealous of me because I was always successful with everything I did. And she hated me for that, but I couldn't help it. I couldn't be any other way. That's the way I am.
Right.
And also I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the moms.
Yeah.
So,
Happy Mother's
but
Day to all the moms. That's good.
and then there was one thing I wanted to talk about is the neighbor guy, what he's doing to his bushes. It's like he wired them or something. He's always out there. That's the one that had the cloaking suit on.
Right. And for those who don't
You
know a cloaking suit on, they got this fabric now that can make you where you can't be seen.
can
And they,
be like the invisible man.
yeah. But Deb K saw his shoes moving on the camera walking, and so when she confirmed it was a cloaking device. Holly wanted to know real quick, does your nose run a lot from the implants? Yep.
Yeah, you just saw me wipe my nose. So, yep.
Yeah.
When this side plugs up where the chip is, I usually stick it up there and move it around, and it gets rid of a bunch of mucus that they're trying to build up, and then it becomes clear again.
Right.
But I was getting real bad bloody noses for a while. I had to go to the emergency room, and it
Mhm.
was horrible. One time they couldn't stop it.
So did my stepfather.
So did,
Huh?
yeah, her stepfather went through this about 2 years ago. His nose wouldn't stop bleeding for days. So he had to
Yeah,
go do the same thing you did. So maybe, maybe he's getting hit with weapons too.
it was scary, man. Especially when it started coming out of my mouth. I didn't, the dispatchers was asking me, "What's your name?" "I can't talk. I got blood coming out of my mouth. I can't, you know. So anyway,
Out of her mouth.
Have they ever burned the inside of your mouth?
they make my teeth crack. I can, you know, I'll be doing
Yeah.
something and then I hear it cracks like an ice cube, and I lost a lot of my teeth.
Yeah, I lost a couple of teeth
Oh,
in 2018. What they would
yeah,
do is when I talked to this certain person, Lynette Castle, which the girl was murdered that I did the memorial for, I talked to her every day. Every time I would call her, they would shock my teeth really bad the whole time I'm talking to her. Well, I lost a couple of teeth like that.
yeah, a lot of us, we have teeth missing in the same places. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
But I just got to finish telling you about the guy next door with the bushes.
Okay.
He's always out there doing something to him. And I saw the dad putting something in the ground in front of the bushes. And then them kids came with the wagon. Uh, I think it was last summer. I got to find it. They were putting stuff in the ground. I think what they are, they're when the what do I call them? I don't want to call them a nice name. You know what I'm talking about. When they come by with their weapons, it hooks onto them. It connects to them, and then it pulsates into my house.
Like scalar?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this guy is enforcing it over here. And so I walked out to my mailbox when I saw him out there. I says, "Oh, you're reinforcing your bushes again, hey?"
Is that the guy who's you got the video of them little beams shooting into your house from his yard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've seen that
And
firsthand.
then the old people across the street from me, they're totally involved. They're
Do you know who
scary.
he works for?
No, he used to work for the school system, but he quit to do this job because he gets paid more because he's my neighbor.
Yeah.
He is the son of the people that live there. The guy will never own a house. He's a loser.
Now, some TIs believe that there's no neighbors in it, but I personally know I've talked to
The
many
neighbor.
victims. Some people's targeting don't involve neighbors, but some do. So please respect that too, because it is real. Neighbors do participate.
Well, let me tell you about some of these neighbors here. The neighbors that live over there, I call them 2149 clones because that's what they are.
No.
And I've been watching them on my cameras. I've been listening to them. I won't go over some of the things. I'll do this at another time till I figure it out. There's a guy next to them that has weapons on me. And then when Billy was here, there was a light shining from way over. And he walked down there. He said, "Let me know if I'm in front of it." And he would stop. I was watching him on my cameras. And he would stop and say, "Can you still see me?" I said, "Yeah, but the thing's behind you." So guess where the weaponized light was coming from?
Where?
The school.
Hmm. Wow.
On the grounds. Yeah, it was coming.
Didn't Billy confront some of your perps while he was down there too?
I think he did.
Yeah.
Oh, he went to the car wash. See the new car wash now. Um, I was trying to get some people to buy it that I knew that had the money, and all of a sudden I find out another car wash is going in there. So the car wash, it's like a automatic thing. There's about 3 people working there probably. Anyway, um, he well first they aim, the perps come in there and they aim their weaponized lights at my house. And I'm telling you, it's painful as hell. It is like nothing I have ever felt before in my life. It goes right through my body like it's breaking everything up in my body, and it hurts. So I took my I took my cone and then I put one of them flashlight strobes in it and I pointed it at him. And it didn't like it. They had it for the longest time on, but I've noticed that since I use this with the strobe flashlight, they leave. But anyway, I went over there and well, actually, I got the plate number off the truck that was doing it. And then I went over there and I talked to the guy, and he was concerned. He says, "Oh, well, maybe we should put something over the windows so they don't bother you then." I said, "That would be really nice. That would take care of the whole thing. And you wouldn't have to hear from me again." So he said, "Okay." And then he gave me a free car wash, and it really cleaned my car nice. But anyway, um, then they did it again when Billy was here, and Billy felt it, and he was videoing them. And he went over there and got the guy and asked him to come to the window so he could see the lights, what he was talking about. And when they got there, the guy shut the lights off. And so Billy gave him the finger. And the police come. Well, the police, actually, I want to go back a little bit. I called the police on that first one, and they came and they took up the report and everything. And then the second time the police came, and that cop was cocky. He was moving his eyes all over. He was looking for me to be shaking, and he was looking for nervous signs on me. But I kept looking at him, and I think I made him nervous because I looked straight at him, and he wanted Billy's name and everything, all the information on him. And Billy said, "No, I don't have to give you any information." So you know what he did? He says, "Well, then I'm going to write it up on you." He went back to his car and he wrote up this no trespassing thing. And if I come on that property, I'll be arrested. But who am I really going to go over on that property? I hate that place.
Right.
I'll never go over there. But now this is a new tool for us. If these perps come on our property, we're going to have one of them things written up on them.
Right. Do you ever notice, like, when you go out, wherever you stop, there's perps waiting on you?
Yeah.
Like when I was out, my days of going out, they were already there waiting on me everywhere I went. It's like the remote neural monitor, and they know what you're thinking. They know where you're going to go.
I tell them I'll say the paparazzi's here.
Yeah, that's what I call them, the paparazzi.
Paparazzi.
How's this affected your health? Has it affected your health?
Huh?
How has this affected your health?
Well, I have cataracts. I really don't think it affected my health. The only thing they're trying to do is make me fat. So now I'm in the process of losing it. I lost some weight and I'm going to lose more. So
That's good.
I'm just not going to play their little games. I'm not going to acknowledge anything they do. I just wave to them when I do notice them. And I
Yeah, because
video
they
them.
love reactions. Reactions is verification for the remote neural monitor and supercomputers. When you react, it gets logged in the supercomputer for verification.
I tape cameras all over in my van, these little cameras. I tape them on me. I got a body cam. I got cameras coming out of my ears, and yes, I do catch them.
Yeah. Now, I wish we could share the screen so you could show, but like anybody wants to see her evidence, you can go to TikTok. She's got plenty of evidence. And I think it's illegally targeted is her TikTok name.
Mind blowing evidence.
Yeah.
They killed my cat. How did they kill her?
They killed Holly's cat by beating it against the wall. How did they kill your cats? You said they killed your cats? Yeah, she came home and her cat was beat against the wall.
Oh boy, that's
And
so
Holly loves
sad.
animals, so that tore her up.
Well, the cat was
Oh.
beaten, they think, with a baseball bat.
They think he was beaten with a baseball bat, she said.
Oh.
Now,
She was paralyzed.
because they know how much she loves animals. She had a house full of cats and dogs and stuff like that. So, they always try to take something that you love or something that means a lot to you. We were just wondering how your cats died. You said a couple cats died of yours?
Yeah, they killed my German Shepherd. They killed Wayne left his chocolate lab here. They killed him. And then my 3 cats, they killed one at a time. I saw it happen with one of them. They cornered him in a corner, and I didn't know what was happening. I picked him up, and he just died right there. I don't know.
What,
They
kids
must
did?
have
Weapon?
my cat.
The weapons did?
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
And they did it to my little Katie. Huh?
Did they poison your German Shepherd? How did he die?
She died. They made a tumor in her heart or something. They made something with her heart. It had something to do with her heart.
Yeah. And anybody watching who's wondering, well, how do you know that it's direct energy weapons and stuff? What they do is, if you're a woman or a man, whoever, living alone, and you got animals, what they want to do is they want to isolate you. They don't want you having they want to take what's close to you. So, all them animals dying, there's no coincidences there. So I believe what they're saying about the direct energy weapons in this incident. And that's what they do. They want you isolated. They want to take everything you love.
On my YouTube channel, I have videos of them hurting my Leo, And now I have this thing made up for him to go into, and I'll show it to you. It looks kind of messy, but this is it. You see that? I
Cool.
put Mylar
And
all
that's
over
covered
it.
with Mylar, right?
Yep. And I have water bottles underneath and behind. Can you see them in there?
Yeah. Oh.
So that's where he goes. He goes in there a lot. If he gets tortured, I put another thing of uh shielding Mylar on it. And
Do you notice
then
your
I
house gets hotter in temperature than it should be?
sometimes it does, yeah, in the kitchen. They heat
Yeah.
me up.
If you have the buzzing, buzzing.
Do you get buzzing in your ears, ringing? Like I get
Sometimes.
yeah, I
But
get ringing and then I get this fluttering like right against my eardrums. It goes
oh my God. Well,
crazy. It hurts.
put the cone here and it takes it away,
Oh,
you know.
And them cones were actually, where'd you get the idea from the cones from? Wasn't it on
David Rubel. David
David
Rubel.
Rubel?
He made the Cyber Shield, and now Jax sells them. She has part ownership in them, I think. She said she has two of them, and she said it builds up resistance in your body. So when she goes somewhere, she don't need anything. She can't feel it. She said, because she's got two in her house, but they're like 2,000 or 3,000 a piece.
Wow.
And then he tweaks them from his house
That
or
must be
something.
huge.
Yeah, you know, if you know Jax, you can contact her and she'll tell you about it.
Yeah.
If you don't know who she is, I can
No,
send
I'm
you the
talking about
link.
are the cones that cost $2,000 or $3,000, are they big?
No, these cones right here don't cost 3,000.
No, I'm talking about, no, I know them don't. I'm talking about the ones you're talking about that she made.
Yeah, it's like uh a jammer. It's got all these antennas.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
have you ever thought about moving, or has she moved?
Have you ever thought about moving, or have you moved before?
I'm
Because of
not
this?
moving. They're trying to drive me out of my house. And you know what?
Right.
When I go out in the yard, I have a lot of these. So I set them up all over in different directions. I have one pointing up for the plains, and I have them setting all, because I got to cut my grass. You know, my grass is growing now, and I got to get out there and do yard work. But I put them all over, and if I feel something, I turn it, and then I hear, from the cars because they hate it because they can't get to me, so they act out, you know, like little
Yeah.
kids, like little kids not getting their candy.
Um,
So stupid. Oh
and how
yeah,
long has this been going on, Deb? How long have you been
what,
targeted?
since 2010. I
Wow.
wanted to tell you, I didn't finish telling you about the neighbors. The neighbor in the back puts a big spotlight on my house at night, and that goes
Hmm.
like that too. And then there's at night, about 2:30, 3 o'clock, they wake up my cat, and I'm in a deep sleep, and plump, he jumps right on my chest and wakes me up. And they then he I have to I sleep with Mylar around my head, so then he goes under the Mylar and sleeps there for a while until he's not torturing, whoever it is goes away. But I can see him on my cameras. They got these lights and they're going like that, or they're moving them, they're moving them this way, that way.
No.
But I
Have
catch
they,
them all the time. I'm not going to sit here and let them torture me.
All
But
right.
I can hear the frequencies. I can hear them. That's why I know. That's why these are working so good for me. Because then
Yeah,
I
I
point
know
them.
I'm fixing to get hit when my ears start fluttering and stuff and hurting, ringing and stuff. I just feel like the frequency's changing when that happens because it happens quite a bit.
Well, there's something coming at me from the left right now, but now it's gone.
Oh,
But,
I'm gonna be too.
you know, I just found out a good term. It's like a spider web being thrown on your face. Cause that's what it felt like something came over my face. It's like a big spider web.
Directed energy block males in the urinary area. Has her cat been blocked
Has your cat been blocked? His urinary tract been blocked
with crystals?
with crystals?
I
Okay,
take
because
my, I take,
direct energy weapons will cause blockages in males, so that's why I was asking.
yeah,
Human
my veterinarian is a targeted individual, and I brought him two of these boxes, and he's like in heaven. I brought him some cones, and he just loves it when I come to see him, and he takes really good care of my cat.
Yeah,
He knows
and
Leo's targeted.
that's copper plating and copper tape. You make them cones with, right?
Yeah, I make the cones. I'm gonna start going with the thicker stuff. This is 20 gauge, and it's pretty heavy. But
Yeah.
now I'm going to use the 18 gauge. And I got a lot of tape on this. I keep putting tape on it.
They blocked my
But
male cats with crystals. So if her cat ever goes through that, it's treatable with steroids.
Holly said they blocked her male cats with crystals. So if you ever go through that, it's treatable with steroids.
oh, it is?
It's
Oh,
got to
that's
be
good to
steroids, yeah,
know.
and it works.
Okay.
Yeah, directed energy weapons block male cats and male human beings. My stepfather is blocked. He couldn't go to the bathroom for a long time, for years. He's now got a device they had to put inside of his, next to his spine, that stimulates the nerves that tell him to go to the bathroom and when to stop. And so directed energy weapons affect the males, cats and men, in the urinary area.
And
So
2022, I was blocked for 40 days. I was in the hospital.
it will block males. So if your cat starts unusual peeing habits, you'll know he's blocked. It can kill him. So you got to get him to the vet and get him on steroids.
Yep. And I would do that too. That's good to know. My vet would give me that.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Um,
blocked me in 2022 for 40 days. Had a catheter in. It was awful.
well, they tried to make me pee my pants, and a couple times I did. And they tried to make you poop your pants too.
Oh yeah, it's happened to the
And
best of us. There's nothing to be ashamed of either when it happens.
no, it's not. They're doing all this, and it's not imaginary. I don't have any mental issues. I never did. And when I told my mom about this, my mom got really mad. She said none of my kids had mental issues. And if anyone says you're having a mental issue, you tell them to come and see me. That's what she said. She was pissed off when I told her that.
Has anybody ever tried
So,
to take her,
Has anybody ever tried to put you in a mental hospital?
nope.
Good. Yeah, because they loved doing that to me when I was homeless. They would make me pee myself because they knew I had no way to get no clothes. And I would be walking, and as soon as I had to use the bathroom, as soon as I felt it, they made me go everywhere. They don't do it no more as much. Like every now and then in here, it'll happen every now and then. But when I was on the streets, they loved doing it because they knew I couldn't get no more clothes. So they'd make
That's
me go to the
terrible.
bathroom on myself.
I wished I would have known you back then. You
Yeah,
were right here.
I was in Iowa, part of my targeting, about 2 years of my targeting. And you know what? Iowa was actually uh, one of the worst. Some ways it was better, but some ways it was worse. It's just I've been in like 18 different states, and it never stops. It's about the same everywhere. I really can't say Iowa was any better or worse. Like everywhere I went, I've been to New Orleans, Philadelphia, Tampa, Pensacola, Fort Myers, Biloxi, you name it. Des Moines, Iowa, Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Springfield, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri,
Oh, you
everywhere
went
I've been,
everywhere.
it all happens, never stops.
I'm so
So
glad that you found Holly, and you're both doing really well, and
yeah,
you make a very good couple. You
Yeah,
know,
I
you're
wouldn't trade her for
perfect
the world. I
together.
love her to death.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I love her to death. Wouldn't trade her
Yeah.
for the world. Yeah, very fortunate with finding Holly.
That's fine. Thank you.
Well, you got anything else to talk about, Deb?
Let's see. I just want you, I want you to know that, you know, like if you live on a street like mine is semi-busy, and the people that walk by I've never seen before in my life, and I video them and I show them to my friends and they go, God, where are they coming from? Oh, they're so scary looking. And what they do is some of these people, they spray chemicals. I saw them spray chemicals actually um down on the bottom part of my bushes, and I videoed them carrying things that, you know, have hoses hanging from them,
Yeah.
and I got that. And also there's a lady with a bike that comes around, and she has tanks on her bike, and she goes around in circles in front of my house. Well, I know what that was. It's like Novocaine. It has a sweet smell and then it puts you to sleep. Whatever
Wow.
that was.
So they
And she
put you
did
to
that
sleep a couple times?
yeah, and she did that in at one of my jobs. And I was sitting in my van watching her, and
Wow,
I
she
just,
showed up at your job and did that?
yeah, I got the
Wow.
video of her doing it there too.
Wow.
And so I said, screw this. She can sit in her own shit, and I took off. I don't, you know, I can do whatever I want. I'm a contractor, so if it don't work that day, I can do the next day. So
Right.
yeah, they're unbelievable. And planes come. I have plane harassment, mobbing. As a matter of fact, there's a pontoon plane that flies around here, and and he's doing something to me, and I've never seen a plane go around my house so many times as he did. So then I called Water Patrol. I turned his ass in, and I
Yeah.
haven't seen him. But, you know, because I used to be in Water Patrol with the sheriff. And so,
Yeah,
but
we get helicopters over this house. The other day, Holly was
yeah,
visiting her mother's grave, and a helicopter just started circling the cemetery while she was there. The whole time she was there. Yep.
that's terrible.
Yeah, they steal our
Well,
flowers.
And she's got drones that follow her to work. We've got pictures of
yeah,
them in the car.
there's there's
Um,
three drones that follow me, and then there's a whole group. I swear to God, I got 100 people on me, and they're trying to do it to intimidate and make me mad, but I don't pay attention to any of that shit. I'm too busy, you know. I'm talking to someone on my phone. I got my headphones on, or I'm listening. I always listen to politics and things that are going to happen, you know, good things that are going to happen for us.
yeah.
I'm always listening to that kind of stuff, and I'm not paying attention to all this shit going around about me. My cameras catch them anyway. So,
Is what advice would you give to other TIs going through this?
well, I would just ignore them. Don't look at them when they do stuff to you. If you can, take your phone and point your phone towards them. You know, like go like that. You know, and just point your phone and look the other way. And um, you know, yesterday I was at a place. This guy called me. He says, I just bought an RV resort. Can you come and do some cleaning for me? I said, well, okay. So I went there. Well, the lady there was a perp, and we were talking, him and we were talking about the money, you know, how much he was going to give me, and he was disagreeing. I said, well, then you just go find someone else, because I'm not going to clean for any less than that. And she's like listening, you know, she's dead hurt. She's around the corner listening. He opened the door, and there she was. And I just looked at him. I went,
Wow.
Have they ever sabotaged their vehicle or done anything to her?
Have they ever sabotaged your vehicle or done anything to your vehicle?
Oh yeah, the front end is kind of hanging. I bought that van brand new and I didn't put one dent in it myself. I got dents all over in it. They broke out a taillight. I have to get a new taillight. Yesterday I really did something bad. I was going around the corner in a parking ramp and I scraped the side of my van. And I did that,
Yeah.
so.
What about electronics? Do they mess with your electronics? Hack, like, I remember when they hacked your Facebook about a year back, something
Mhm.
pretty bad. Are they in your phone pretty much a lot? Do they mess
Yeah,
with you?
all the time. You know what? I really don't care. You perps, if you're on this call, good luck to you. I have nothing to hide. So if you want to waste your time listening to me, go ahead. But your time is coming. That's all I can
Yeah.
say to them.
Yep, that's right.
But no, my radio and my van don't work. I found out that my feet were going to sleep. My one foot was going to sleep when I tried to drive. Well, I found out that they put something remote inside of the panel by the accelerator, and then they can remotely do that. They can make your leg go to sleep, or they can do the scalar waves in there and make it hard for you to drive. So I put my cone on the floor, and the remote don't work after that.
Cool. Maybe Holly needs to drive one of them cones.
And I put my cone, when I use
Found
my
out.
cone, I'm at the store and I put it right on my cart, just like that. And if someone don't like it, they don't know what the hell it is. I tell them it's an ornament. I just took it out of my purse to find something.
Right.
And but when I hear them shooting something at me at the store, I just move it right at them. And they're looking at their phone, they're going, looking all over trying to get their shit to work, and it's funny as hell. It's so funny.
Right.
I love watching. But don't
So
pay attention. Don't pay any attention to them. Try to video them as much as you can. And if they're looking at you, you see them looking at you, just turn around the other way. Just ignore them, because they're psychopaths, they're pedophiles, they're everything bad that you
well,
can
let's
think
say I
of.
wanted to go out, Deb. Let's say I wanted to go out and I wanted to have a camera on my person. What kind of camera would you recommend to me?
Oh God, I got so many kinds.
Like something I could pin to my shirt or something? Is there cameras like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had a really good one that picked up their attacks, and they ruined it. So now I have to get another one. But
What
I
are they
have one.
called though? Because I wouldn't begin to know where to look for a camera to go outside with.
I'll look for it and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
They're little and they click on you. There's little square ones. Uh, there's one's about. Let me see here. I think I
Are
got.
they expensive?
No, well, that one big one that I got was. I think that one was $80 or something like that.
Wow, not bad, is it?
That
$80 for a camera.
really, that was one of the best ones.
Sure.
And I'll show you if I can.
Yeah,
Okay,
because some people in the audience might be interested in it too. Oh,
this
that's a
is a
pin
pen
camera?
camera.
So you
That's a
just put it
pen
right here?
camera. And I'm unscrewing it right now. This is where you put the chip in there, and you put the chip in there, and then you screw the thing back on. Wait a minute, I'm gonna screw it on while I'm talking to you. And then on the top, you click it, and then these light comes on in the front, and then it goes off, and you can secretly record them.
Wow.
And
Now, is
then,
that a camera or a recorder?
no, it's a camera, and it
Okay.
works really
So
good.
if I
You
put
can
that on my shirt like this, it would record?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
And then here's another kind. This is a kind of a body cam, and it has like a clip on it. See the clip?
Yeah.
And up here is the camera. That's the camera right there. I mean no wait, right there.
Yeah. So you clip it and it right here and it'll record everything.
Yeah,
Cool.
and a video. And then I'll show you my favorite one. Oh no, where is it? Hang on a minute.
Yeah,
I
and
gotta dump all this stuff out on the floor in order to find it.
no, don't worry about that, Deb. Oh,
That's right here. This is my favorite one right here. It's real light. And then the see, I got a thing in it already.
SD cards, yeah.
Yeah. And this is where you see the light on the back.
Wow.
Okay, that means it's recording right now.
Cool.
So then you press it again.
Awesome.
It's off right now.
Yeah,
See?
so you could take them out and get some good evidence from perps and stuff if you're heavily gang stalked. Any TIs
Oh yeah.
watching that.
And
Anyway,
also I just want to show you one more thing that I got.
okay.
I know you don't want your video, your things. I got a satellite phone.
Wow. Now, do you got to buy minutes for that?
No, I pay $70 a month, and then I build minutes. I got a lot of minutes on there.
So
So
the grid goes down, you'd still be able to use that phone, right?
I can communicate with certain people that I want to communicate with. Yep.
How much do they
And
cost?
you go to satellitephone.com and they got different prices.
Cool. That's awesome.
But you know, we if us TIs got phones, we could all communicate together. There's a few TIs that I know that have them.
That's awesome.
And one of my friends says, can you get yours going so you can call me? And then I'll say, yeah. And then I go out there. You have to do like a figure 8. You got to do all this stuff. And, I mean, these drones are watching me. I don't know how to do this without all this BS of them nosing around,
Yeah.
And I do want to tell you something too. Raymond, that guy that puts
Yeah,
all the
Raymond Taylor.
yeah. He does a really good. Yeah, he's a good guy. Anyway, I took a picture of my yard after I got done doing yard work because it looked so nice. And he took pictures. He said, Deb, you have people in cloaking suits in your yard. See, they were standing around watching me.
Wow.
So that's all a good reason for me to take a baseball bat and go around my yard, right?
Yeah.
And then plus bring my taser so I can taser them. I hate to act like a violent woman, but let me tell you something. If you got to do what you got to do to get them out of your yard. And you got your taser, right, you guys?
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
That's good.
I
That's awesome.
actually, I use this a lot. Even the flashlight's good on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I love it. We
At
got the
least,
cones you sent us. Holly's going to put one of them cones in our car now that you said it helps.
mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
You
And we
can
got
make,
the
you can
lights.
make
Now the
little,
lights, we don't use the lights as much. Like I'll use them sometimes when you're not here, when she's not here, because she's kind of don't worry about it. Her arm's hurting. She can't reach for it because they hit her arm so bad she can't even reach out that far. And
her
the
shoulders.
doctor says, "Oh, everything's all right with your arm." So how's the doctor saying everything's all right in your arm? And I'm seeing her. She just tried to reach for the cone to show you, and now she's in dire pain. But
You know what?
everything's all right with her arm.
I want to tell you something about your visits to the doctor. You need to be aware of things because I went to the eye doctor and the girl walks in and she says, Can this student practice on you for the day or for the time you're here?" And I said, "Sure," you know. And so anyway, the girl comes in and she puts all these drops in my eyes, you know. She goes, "Oh, I missed. Oh, I missed. Oh, I missed." And do you know that I couldn't see to drive home? I had to sit there for like 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours
Wow,
until it
she
wore off.
dilated your eyes.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, when I was in the hospital 2 years ago, due to heavy gang stalking, direct energy attacks, all that, they went in my spine and they had been in there like 20 minutes and they didn't tell me no assistant was in there. There was a college student in my spine with a needle. So I'm like, wow, y'all been in here too long enough. What's taking so long? And the doctor said, "Hold on, I'm gonna take over now." And I said, "What do you mean you're going to take over now?" He's like, "Yeah, this is a student hospital. That was a student that had the needle. You're good now. I'll be done in a few minutes." So yeah, you got to really watch them doctors passing it off for them kids. But you know, you do got to study somehow. But I wish I would have known before I had him stick whatever they stuck in my spine. They said they went in my spine twice. Said they were taking fluid the first time. The second time they said that they were putting fluid in for a CAT scan or whatever.
You
So I'm
know,
thinking that I got something in my spine, and that's how they vibrate me. That's how they
yeah.
shock me. That's how they do everything to me.
Well, the last time I went to the doctor, a student wanted to take blood out of my arm for my diabetes. I got that type 2. Okay. So anyway, um, I, I said, no, you know, she can't do it. You know, I'm not going to let anyone practice on me anymore because I had a bad experience from um,
Eye doctor.
the eye doctor. So, uh, and then I saw the tray that she had the needle on it. She had it covered with a napkin like that. It was covered. Did you ever see that before?
Mm-mm.
Anyway, so I said, just forget it. I'm not going to have blood taken out today. You know, they kept having me come in to have blood taken out. You know, I mean, what is that? I've never had blood taken out of my arm so much. So
Wow.
then, after this incident, I called, I called the head of my insurance, or you know, the place that I have insurance with, and I said, I want to know what's going on. I want to know if these needles are used needles that they're using, because she had the tray covered, and usually the nurse would have a packet that she would open up and take the needle out.
Yeah.
And um they didn't have this nurse didn't have that. And so she says, well, we don't have the plastic that the needles come out of it. And I thought, what the heck is she talking about? I saw it with my own eyes. So anyway, the next time I went in there was a different nurse in there. And she says, I want to show you had questions about the needles. She says, I'm going to show you something. She showed me where the seal was on the needle. She says, if you don't hear that click, that's a seal that the cover covers the needle. If you
Right.
don't hear that click, then then uh, then don't let them stick that needle in you. But
Right.
my question was, why wasn't that thing in the plastic? You know?
Exactly. And you know the direct energy weapons they say can cause diabetes, causes type 2 diabetes. That's been
Yeah,
proven
because
fact too. Microwave weapons and frequencies cause can cause diabetes. Also, I
all of
got
a
what
sudden
was
I
that
had
stuff
all
you're
that.
using? What was
Huh?
that stuff you're using that you told me about a couple months ago that you used to clean the metals out of your body? Uh could you just tell us what it is? She said it worked. That look by Zeolite.
Zeolite. Zeolite.
Yeah.
What is it?
zeolite pure. It cleans metals out of your
Look
body.
at, and I'll show you the scoop, the powder, okay? Comes in a powder.
Now it's pretty expensive, ain't it?
It's $60, I think. You see that?
Yeah.
And then it comes in a fine powder. Can you see it?
Yep.
And then there's the, wait a minute, I don't know if the camera, is the camera looking in there?
Yep.
Okay, so that's what it is. It's a fine powder. I started
Has it
out
helped
with,
you?
hell yeah. I give it to my cat. I give him a half a scoop, and I've been taking 3 scoops a day now. I started out with 1 scoop. And now it's getting down there. I got to get another one. I think it's $69.
So do you feel more energized and healthy from taking it?
You know what? I'm not feeling a lot of the effects that I used to feel, because I notice how they stand there and they do this shit, and I'm not reacting. They're like, they're all these people are crowding around their phone, like, what's going on here?
Right.
So
And there's another thing. I know we've talked about implants today. They don't have to have implants to target you. They can target you through your neural signature. And what they do is they get your neural signature, and they clone it onto a model of your brain, a digital model of another brain. Then they take control of your visual cortex or your cerebral cortex. And that's how they see through your eyes. That's how they target certain parts of your body. So if you're like, well, I've been nowhere to be chipped, I don't got no chips. Yeah, you probably don't. You don't have to have chips to be targeted, but some people do. And it makes it more accurate for them to be targeted.
I do.
Yeah, Holly
They
does.
took me from my house
I'm
today.
convinced they put something in my spine when they went in there twice, but who knows? Well, Deb, I appreciate you coming out today. I guess we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording. If you want to stay on and we can say our goodbyes after I end the recording, that'd be great. Anything you got to say anymore? Thank you for coming out. Happy
no,
Mother's
but
Day to any mothers out there that's watching this. Hope you have a good Mother's Day, the best you can have.
thank you, David and Holly.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.